Money, something that drives the world after time. We all need money, right? Without money, there is nothing in this world. We all work for money. We all live for money. Most of us are hard workers because of money. Most of us are smart workers because of money. We all need money, and without money, there is nothing in the world that you can get it these days. There are few things that I wish someone would have told me during my college time or during my education. Unfortunately, no one did. And it's been more than 5 years that I started working on earning money. I've learned all these 5 things about money, and I thought of sharing these with you. No one will teach you these 5 things, even in your colleges, but I wanted to share with you. These are very important, especially if you're someone who is about to start your career, or if you're someone who is in your 20s. You should definitely know these 5 things about money that will help you to become wealthier, to create wealth in general. It's not that money will solve all the things in the world, but if you're wealthier, you have the flexibility, you have the freedom to decide what you want to do in your life. And that is the power of money. And most of these are my experiences. The first thing is investing. Majority of people in their 20s feel like investing is another skill, and they do not put their time and money into investing. This is a myth. Investing is something that everyone should have their hands into. I'm not talking about trading, stock market, crypto and all. Like, I'm just talking about investing your money. Why one should invest their money? Because there is a problem called inflation. Take an example of anything that you have purchased 10 years back. Answer yourself, will you get the same thing in same quantity for the same price now? No, right? Price should have been increased, or the quantity should have been decreased, or demand should have been decreased. These are the 3 possible reasons that you will tell yourself as answer, because you can't get the same thing for the same price after 10 years. You should have been getting many valuable things for 1 lakh 10 years back, but now the same is not possible. That is the problem with inflation. Your money will not grow in your savings account. So you need to find a way to invest your money so that it will beat inflation and give you some good returns. So that is the reason why you should invest. If you can ask me where should you invest, like, there are multiple ways to invest your money. For someone like me, if you're watching this video, if you are in your 20s or just started your career, or if you're a student who is about to start your career, I suggest start with mutual funds or index funds. There are many other things as well, like stock market, crypto, if you are someone who loves taking risk. Like, there are many different options, and even real estate. But I understand, if you are about to start, you might not have so much of liquid cash with you, so you cannot invest so much into many different investment opportunities. So starting with mutual funds or index funds is a wise option. I would suggest something which will help you to earn 2 crores in 20 years if you follow this way. And the thing is, if you can start SIP in index funds, like in index funds, in the sense, like, they will invest in indexes of stock market. Let's suppose in India, if you invest in index funds, most of them will invest that in Nifty 50. It will cover the top 50 stocks in Indian stock market. If the country's economy is growing, your money will grow. So in this way, you can grow your money by using index funds. There are many different index funds as well. Apart from Nifty 50, you will have mid cap, small cap, large cap, many other index funds. It's up to you to choose what index funds or mutual funds that you want to invest on. So these are all mutual funds again. And if one of the mutual fund is investing on Nifty 50 or something, we can call the same as index fund. So don't confuse, like, both are almost same. So mutual funds in general, most of the mutual funds are also called as index funds. So let's take this possibility. If you start investing 10K per month in mutual funds, let's suppose you will get around 12% interest, because it is the average interest that you will get every year. If you start investing 10K per month, like, there is a plan called SIP, systematic investment plan. If you invest on mutual funds, there is an option to choose SIP. If you invest on SIP, let's suppose you are investing 10K per month for 10 years, you will get around 23 lakhs or something. If you increase and go on up to 20 years, you will get around 1 crore for investing only 10K per month. If you invest that for 20 years, you are investing only around 24 lakhs. But the amount that you will get after 20 years is 1 crore. Now take another scenario, step up investment. Means, like, your salary will grow, right? Eventually your income will grow every year. Let's assume you are getting at least 10% hike every year. Increase the amount of money that you are investing. You have started investing 10K per month. let's suppose your salary have grown by 10%. Increase your investment after every year. You are investing 10k now, and after 1 year, you increase that to 11,000, increasing 10% every year. If you invest in this way, you will get around 2 crore after 20 years, which is very huge, right? Let's be optimistic. We all easily get 20% income hike at least 1 year or the other. So let's assume you are increasing 20% every year, which is possible because if you're investing 10k now, making that to 12k after 1 year is not really a hard task. So if you do that, if you increase your investment by 20% every year, you will get 4 crore, which is a huge amount, right? You start investing with 10k and you end up getting 4 crore after 20 years. Let's suppose if your age is 20 or 22 or even 25, at the age of 40 or 45, you have 4 crore INR with you. Even if you assume inflation and all, even if you reduce the value up to 50%, you will still be a crore. So investing is simple, but most of us are confused with different options. See, simple, the example that I have shared, mutual funds or index funds are very simple to understand, but because most of us confuse ourselves, we feel like investing is not our cup of tea, but everyone can do that. So this is something that I have learned, like if you start investing as early as possible, you will grow your money and you will create wealth. And that is something that I have learned, and I have started investing 4 years back. My portfolio is doing well and I'm getting more than 12% interest every year. So I feel that's something that you should know as quickly as possible. Second money lesson that I wish to share is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. There is a thin line of difference between assets and liabilities. Asset is something where the value of that will grow. Let's suppose real estate. If you purchase a plot or a land, that is an asset because the value of it will eventually grow. Even though sometimes you will see a flat difference, but it will not decline most of the times. 90% of the times, the land value will grow. Gold is an asset. Like if you purchase gold now, it will grow, like it will not go down, and there is no such thing happen in the last 20-30 years. So that is an asset. And but what about liabilities? There are few things which will not grow and which will decline its value over time. These are called liabilities. Let's suppose your mobile phone. Your mobile phone is a liability. See, if you sell your mobile phone after 2 years, you won't get the same rate. Like you will get maybe half the price or even less than that. Let's suppose, take an example of a car. If you purchase a car now, and you decide to sell it after 2 years or 3 years, you won't get the same value because that's a liability. So liabilities are things that won't grow over time, and assets are things that will grow over time. If you sell your assets, you will get money. So as long as you have invested your money on assets, they will eventually grow and you don't need to worry much about that. But liabilities are different. I didn't mean you shouldn't purchase liabilities. Of course, like if you're someone who is a frequent traveler, you need a car because you will save a lot instead of traveling on cabs and other transport facilities. If you have a car, you can save a lot. That's okay. If you are getting some value through your liabilities, that's fine to have it. Even mobile phone, like every one of us need mobile phone. Without that, we can't do anything. So it's not something that we can avoid, right? So we need that. So there are liabilities which we need and we cannot avoid them, but we need to know the difference between that. If you're purchasing things heavily, make sure you're getting value through that. Whenever you're purchasing something, analyze like whether you will get any value through that. Just because someone, your neighbor is purchasing it, don't do that. Just because your friend is purchasing it, don't do that. You should know whether you're getting value or not. Or if it's your dream, you have dreamed of it for more than 5 years or 10 years to have this or to purchase thing, then that's fine. But just because others are doing it, don't invest on liabilities. Assets are fine up to a certain point, but liabilities are not fine until and unless you need them badly. And third important lesson that I have learned and I want everyone to know is middle class debt trap. My definition of middle class is simple: someone who is not clear of their financial situation and is not ready to spend money on things without thinking twice. If you're thinking twice to spend money on something, then you are a middle class. There is a trap that all middle class people fell into easily, that is debt trap. The increase in debt amount. See, if you're earning 30k per month, your debt should always be 50% of that or less than 50% of that. And sometimes in extreme situations, it might go up to 60% or 70%. But if your debt is more than your salary, you're slowly into the debt trap and you end up getting nothing from your life and career. There are many stories as well. Like there is a guy who earns 70k per month, but his debt is 90k. So he cannot pay his debts only through his salary, and there is no income stream, additional income stream, which is supporting him to pay off the debts. So he managed it for 3 to 4 months. Later, he stopped paying the EMIs. Then bank started torturing him. He has no other option apart from taking more loans and increasing more debt. And then again, they started torturing him, because how can he pay off the debts with the salary that he is earning? He ended his life. So there are many such stories where you will see middle class people are trapped into debts and end up doing something harm for them. So this is a very worse situation that no one should fall into. You should have control over how you are spending your money. Allocate your money into different things. For expenses, some portion. For investing, some portion. For EMIs and all, some portion. You divide your money and have some calculations at the end of every month. Reason why I say end of is because at the start of the month you have money, you will get salary, so you will spend it like you have ample amount of money, but you will only get to know the real money that you will be left with after 2 to 3 days of getting your salary. So make sure you analyze where to spend and where to invest your money at the end of every month, so that you will not land into unnecessary debts. Having a debt is something which is uncontrollable. Every middle class will face this situation, but make sure your debts are not more than your income. So that is very much important. And number 4 is financial independence. Financial independence, retire early, is a concept which is a quite popular one, and many of the people in the West take this very aggressively. Like they want themselves to retire at 30, retire at 40 and all. It's not that retiring at early stages means retiring at work or you don't do anything after that. No, financial independence is all about doing what you love without worrying about the monthly paycheck. If you're fine with not getting paycheck every month and doing whatever you love, then you are someone who has achieved financial independence. In order to achieve financial independence, we need to make sure we have ample amount of wealth created in the background, and we have more than one income stream. That is very important, because financial independence is all about you don't have the pain of worrying about money and monthly salaries. So you have ample amount of time and money to do whatever you wish to do. In order to do that, while you are earning from your job or business, make sure you have secondary income source, like develop a side hustle and make sure you get some monetary value from that. Make sure you are earning some passive income from that. Then only you can or you will develop income sources, and they will make more money. So if you create income sources, they will create more money for you. You don't need to worry about that every now and then. So that is how you will get financial independence. I have made a separate video on financial independence as well. You can check it out. It is very important concept, like especially if you are someone who has started your career, you should know about financial independence. I also wrote a book on financial independence and some personal finance concepts. You will get the link in the description, check them out. And number 5 is being minimalistic. Being a minimalist is a very challenging thing. See, minimalism is all about satisfying with minimal things. Like just because your neighbor bought a luxury car, you doesn't have to do that. You can buy things based on your affordability, not based on your neighbors, your friends, or someone you know. You don't need to do that. That someone is always wearing suits, it doesn't mean you have to wear suits all the time. It's based on your comfort. Living with minimal things, the very good quality that I have developed over the years. It's okay for me to wear this t-shirt and make these videos, but for someone it's not okay. They need to wear a suit and they need to wear a hoodie or something, but it's okay for me to wear this because I love living with minimal things. You don't have to be always luxury. You don't have to buy costly things just to show off in social media. You don't have to do that, because at the end of the day, you need to live for yourself and for your family, but not for others who likes your social media post. So that is what minimalism is all about. Living with minimal things and being happy about that. Living with minimal things and still happy with those things. It is what minimalism is. If you adopt this minimalism thing, you should definitely get to know the real value of money, where to spend things, etc., which will eventually help you in gaining some money manners. These are the things that I have learned, and I thought of sharing these with you. I hope you find this video helpful. If you feel someone else would benefit from this video, please share this video network. Also, if you really liked this and enjoyed watching this, please make sure you like the video. Also, if you're a new visitor to my channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you.